and welcome to AIM Live. We're so excited to be bringing this to you today, and we're thrilled that you could join us. I'm Carolyn Hawley. I'll be your host as we bring you some exciting news and information. Well, as you may know, 2022 is quite a milestone for the AIM family. An amazing 40 years that AIM, but most importantly you, the AIM members, have been improving people's lives by sharing AIM's incredible line of products with the world. There is a lot to celebrate and be thankful for this year. And now, we have a lot in store for you today, so let's get started. I recently had the wonderful opportunity to sit down and talk with Dennis and Kay Atami, AIM's co-owners who started it all. If you haven't heard their story, sit tight and watch this. Let's just talk for a little while because you two are the cutest little thing on that couch right there. You are, you little lovebirds.
Wow, you're just trying to kiss up.
No, I'm not. Would you guys agree? Aren't they just the cutest? And I love that this comes from your house because it represents you. So, you know, because you guys have really been on an incredible journey. It was some 40 years ago that you made a life-changing career decision. Very sensitive story here, but we asked, will you please share that with us today?
Well, Dennis started farming with 80 acres, and he was 15 years old. He was a junior at Nampa High School, and he increased the acreage quite a bit amount, and about 300 acres, I think it was, by the time we were married. And then we had our two children. John was firstborn, and 13 months later, Jeff was our lastborn. We had two children. Then in 1977, our family was selected by the state to be Idaho Farm Family of the Year. 3 years later, 1980, Dennis had the opportunity given to him to farm 3,500 acres. It was intense row crop, all irrigated. And he was busy. Then July 30th, 1981 came, and Dennis received a phone call that the boys were in an accident. Changed our lives. They didn't survive, either one of them. And it really took it all out of Dennis to keep going, but he had to because of the crops. It was in harvest season, and yeah.
I'm so sorry, Kay and Dennis. Thank you for sharing with that. It must have really made you want to give up hope in farming and going forward. So tell us, how'd you keep going?
Well, people were good to us, but we did have to refocus because our life was changed in a moment.
What did you do?
Well, for Dennis, it was pretty well routine things, and he would come and get me for the day, and we would go out. I would just be in the vehicle. But an acquaintance of ours, Jim Kling, brought a product to us in November of 81, and it was a product from Japan called Barley Green. Dennis stayed in contact with Jim quite a bit, and we met others who were taking the product as well. And in late March of 1982, Dennis was out unhooking the sugar beet planter from the tractor, and he had to be under the equipment. And the phone in his truck rang. So he climbed out from under the equipment, and it was Carolyn Kling, Jim's wife. And she said, Jim bought 2 airplane tickets to go to San Francisco and then on to LA for the following morning. The flight from Boise to San Francisco was commercial, and from San Francisco to LA was private. So he hung up the phone. They just had a short conversation, and he started to get back to his job of finishing up the tractor situation. He realized that Carolyn wasn't saying what it was about. He assumed it was something about this product from Japan, but he didn't know. So he called her back, and she just gave a delightful answer and said, "Jim will tell you on the airplane on your trip." So he finished his day up, and he did tell Carolyn that he's ready for a break. He's done with the 600 acres of planting the sugar beets, and it's a good time to go. So it all worked out really good.
This is the beginning of the beginning of the beginning. So everybody stay tuned, because I did a little research here. And from what you're talking about, Kay, I must ask you. I understand Mr. Kling had made failed attempts to achieve a license from that Japan company. So what happened next?
Well, I'll pass that to Dennis. He was directly involved.
Well, Jim decided to bring me down there, and it took 2 trips to LA to the importers, and they licensed us, the green powder that was extracted from the green juice from the young leaves of the barley. And so we incorporated right away in April of, 1982. And so AIM was born at that time. And so it really impressed both of us that in 2 short trips, after Jim had tried so long, that we actually got it, the license.
How did that change your lives?
Giving thought, AIM was incorporated 9 months after our children's death. Jeff was 11 and John was 12, and it happened in the barley seed grain. Yet, it was the green barley leaf juice powder that brought us on a new journey for Dennis and my life.
We're in the early days,
Yeah.
and like anybody, you have to be struggling a little bit, hadn't you?
Right.
Or did it just take off?
Well, as a young startup company, we didn't have a large line of credit, but we needed new capital investment to help finance the big growth. We were rapidly growing with all these people that were waiting, more or less. So Ron Wright, who, by the way, has a fantastic, amazing testimony on the product, sold a couple of his real estate holdings to finance and help us out with the capital investment. So then he became an equal 50% co-partner in AIM. So that was a big deal, because if you don't have financing, as a new company, you can go out of business really fast. On those earlier years, all the cropping and manufacturing was all done in Japan. But as time and sales grew, I became sensitive about the quality and the volume, the growing volume. To solve those concerns, eventually, AIM invested in and developed its own much more advanced cold process technology, I guess would be said.
This was amazing. This was really a leap forward. So tell me about cold process.
Well, as we know, we cook or pasteurize our foods, most of our foods. Because why? To kill the bad guys, the germs,
Bacteria.
mold, bacteria, mildew, and such. But that heat also kills much of the goodness that nature had preserved in the leaves and the juice. So on the other hand, with cold process, with AIM, the good guys, like the antioxidants and enzymes, are preserved alive in the product.
So that was really a revelation in moving the product forward and getting, as you say, the good guys, preserving them in that. What happened next?
Well, AIM's cold process was shared with a company that had the coldest spray dry process. So the result is that AIM's Barley Life is the highest quality, coldest process product in the world, and it's produced in America. Also, I should mention that over the years, we have also added highly nutritional plant-based products to AIM's line.
Wow, what a company. AIM is celebrating 40 years of
Yes.
person-to-person marketing. My congratulations, everybody at home, probably congratulating as well. You make families really feel the difference. You help them with being healthy. You help them with financial health as well. So congratulations on all of your high quality products with AIM. What is going to happen next?
Well, the foundation and cornerstone of AIM is nutrition that works. So in the future, obviously, we would continue to have high quality nutritional based products in our line.
Fabulous. So how has the pandemic changed in the way that AIM is doing business worldwide?
Well, AIM is advancing into modern information technologies, along with social media and also improving the compensation plan. In other words, the commissions and the monies that AIM pays its members. We need to keep innovating into this area, not only for the current generations, but future generations.
Mm-hmm. And you're not going to leave anybody behind with these changes, are you? You've made sure of that.
A lot of companies, if not most, are restricting a lot of its members, thousands of distributors, because they are not able, or because of religious reasons, are not allowed to engage in certain information technologies like the internet. On the other hand, at AIM, we respect all members and all customers. So manual orders will and shall be taken either by call-in or mail-in services. Plus, we have a 24-hour service called Interactive Voice Response System.
That is wonderful. You must anticipate continued growth then.
Oh, yes. In fact, we're increasing the floor space of our warehouse and shipping department in order to accommodate the future growth of our AIM members.
Mm-hmm. You know, this has been very exciting to talk with you. Congratulations on 40 years with AIM. You two are absolutely marvelous. But I want to give you just a few seconds and ask you, do you have any final comments?
Well, yes. The future depends on what we do in the present. And that is why AIM will continue to invest and create life-changing opportunities for generations to come. Let's remember, you are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. Guess what? The best is yet to come.
Wasn't that great? And it really shows the humble side of AIM, as well as its commitment to providing only the best to you in products, services, and tools. You might be familiar with the My AIM store platform that is available for free. If not, it is your very own ready-made website to promote the AIM products and conduct online sales. Technology analyst Delia Jimenez has been overseeing some great improvements to the platform that you should know about. So I'm going to send it live over to Delia at AIM headquarters, where she's going to share with you the highlights of those improvements. Are you with us, Delia?
Hi, Carolyn. I'm here. I'm excited to talk to everybody today about the new features on My AIM Store 4.0. So let's get started. In addition to the new features, I'd like to go over some of the basics of the My AIM Store site. I feel like the better you know your site, the easier it is to promote it. Now, the sites are mobile ready, so feel free to follow along on your mobile devices or your desktop. Now, if you're new to My AIM Store, this is your My AIM Store URL. This is what you'll provide to potential customers or anybody you're referring to your site. All site URLs include the domain name, myaimstore.com, so make sure to include the full address when you're sending that along. In this example, the URL and the store name are different, and that's okay. They don't have to match, and the store name can be changed at any time. The URL, however, can't be changed once it's set up. Now, if you're looking for an easy way to advertise, use the URL in your email or text signatures. That's a great way to drive traffic to your site. This next section is your contact information. Visitors to your site can click Contact Me, which opens a contact form allowing the visitor to leave you a message which will include their name and email address. Your phone number is optional but can be added. And an email address is required for all the MyAimStore sites. All right, so all MyAimStore sites feature the MyAimStore name and location of the MyAimStore owner if it's provided. A new feature with this theme is adding a custom logo. Here's an example of a logo and its placement. Keep in mind, if you add a custom logo, it will replace the store name and location. The recommended size for a logo is 400 by 80. Now, the logo is optional, but it really is a great way to personalize your site. The menu is the same for all sites with default templates that already include images and content. Here we have Home, Why AIM, Products. Clicking on this link sends visitors to theaimcompanies.com where they can place a guest order. I think it's a really good idea for all MyAimStore owners to step through this process, not necessarily to place an order, but to become familiar with this process. In the testimonials, it is loaded with member testimonies. The dropdown allows users to view full-page member testimonies. This section can be edited by you. You can select which testimonies you want to display. Video. This section contains short AIM product videos like Barley Life First in the Field, Herbal Fiber Blend, and Ready Beats. By default, on all sites, the Barley Life blog is displayed. Contact. This is the same as above. Visitors can use this to send MyAimStore owners a message or inquiry. Now, you can add or remove any of these menu items. Add your personal testimony page to the menu, or just change up the order of the menu. Your social media icons. We've added social media icons to the top of your site for better visibility. Clicking on any of these links sends visitors to the MyAimStore owner's social media page. We've got Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Now, what I've noticed working with MyAimStore owners is everybody has a different approach to promoting their AIM business. And that's what's great about this new theme on the MyAimStore sites. The homepage has 3 fully customizable carousel screens. They are full width with images and text that can be edited. This is a default image and content for all MyAimStore sites. It includes a View Products and a Join AIM button. On the second carousel, I focused on something that we've all become accustomed to the last couple of years, and that's work from home. I felt like the image speaks for itself, so I didn't add too much text to the page. But I did remove the product button, and I changed the text on the Join AIM button to #workfromhome, become an AIM member today. For the third carousel, I changed the image and added content explaining the benefits of becoming an AIM member. I also added a bit of HTML linking to the Contact Me page. Again, I removed the View Product button, and I changed the text on the Join AIM button to, "Are you ready? Start your AIM membership now." Now, keep in mind, you don't have to customize all 3 screens. There's default content on each page, but this can be used to promote meetings, promotions, or focus on a particular product. And visitors always like to see new content on web pages. Now, moving down the site, each section can be edited. You can change the images or text on these sections, or if you'd like a more streamlined design, you can also hide these sections by setting them to Do Not Display. Here in this example, you can see I really trimmed this down. Only 3 sections are visible. Okay, and I'll go back to this spot here. This is basically the testimonial section. You can hide this section or select which testimonies you'd like to display on your site. Under AIM True, content from the Barley Life blog is displayed here. You can also hide this section, or if you'd like the site to feature your personal blog, that's really easy. Just start creating your posts, and your post will automatically replace the blog. No additional work needs to be done. Keep up with me. Now, if a visitor to your site fills in this section, you'll get an email saying, a user to your MyAimStore site has requested to be added to a newsletter. This doesn't mean you have to create a newsletter. It's just an opportunity to stay in touch with this person and provide information as requested. Now, the default video on all the sites is Barley Life First in the Field. This video section can be changed, so make sure to check out our AIM YouTube page for a list of available videos. About me. Now, this is all about you, the Mime Store owner. This is your time to shine and share some information about yourself and your AIM business. We provided several options throughout the site for visitors to contact you, including here in the footer of the site. Your social media links are also included in this section. And finally, at the bottom of the site is a link to log into the dashboard of your site, where you can edit, add to, or customize your Mime Store site. After clicking Login, enter your username and password, and you're at the dashboard. You'll see a how-to section with video tutorials coming soon. There are member resources and quick links to create a post, add a new page, or upload media, and a contact form that can be used to send us support requests. So that concludes my presentation. I hope it was helpful. This presentation will be available as a standalone video on our YouTube channel after conference. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you take advantage of the new features, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.
Thanks, Delia. Now that's a great tool to be using, especially in this day and age where online commerce has become mainstream. My AIM Store puts you on the map, and it gives your AIM business widespread exposure, making it possible to promote and sell Barley Life and all the AIM products to many more people than just those in your town or city. Now, about those amazing AIM products that we all love so much. Over the past 3 years, AIM Quality Assurance Manager Philip German has been working with an exciting new product, complete with member trials and a whole bunch of research. Last year, Philip explained AIM's process of new product development. He returns to the stage this year, and you've got some really exciting news.
I do. New product information, and I can't wait to get it off my chest.
Oh, wonderful. Here, you've got the stage.
Thank you. Well, I'm happy to be here today, and what we're going to do is we're going to jump right into it. As you can imagine, as the quality assurance manager, I have to have a detailed understanding of not only the products, but the ingredients, the testing that goes into those ingredients, the efficacy, the safety testing. And that gives me a unique perspective in developing new products for AIM. If you remember last year, I went through kind of the research and development process. It all starts with looking at the AIM products. We're looking for gaps in nutrition, whether that be a product or a nutrient, an ingredient. And a lot of that starts with member feedback. Anytime you're on the phone with a call center representative and you're talking about something that's new and exciting that you'd like to see AIM be a part of, maybe a new product, new nutrient, we take that information and we review it. Maybe you're online chatting with AIM Online, or you send in a letter or a note. We're going to look at all that information, and that's really going to drive new research. As we research these ingredients and nutrients, we're going to look for clinical trials that are going to help benefit that ingredient. Then, if we find an ingredient or formulation that really works, we're going to go into the piloting process. What we're doing is we're creating a very small batch, small number of capsules. We're taking that and we're giving it to the members and getting those member trials started. And we're going to take the AIM staff, and they're going to be the guinea pigs in this as well. They're going to give us some of that immediate feedback that we need. Once we go through that process, we make any formula adjustments that need to be made. We're going to go to the registration process, and then finally, new product launch. Again, last year, I kind of introduced this term of nutracosmetics. This is the ingestion of a product that enhances the function and appearance of skin, nails, and hair. So this was kind of a new process that I kind of introduced. And with that new research, I'm happy to announce a new AIM product, AIM bio-vivify. This is a dietary supplement that improves the health of skin, hair, and nails through the power of astaxanthin, the amino acids proline, lysine, and glycine, vitamin B7 or biotin, and vitamin C. So you might think, bio what? It's bio-vivify. If we break this name down, we have bio, which means life, and then vivify, which is a late Latin for renewed. So this is life renewed for hair, skin, and nails. Now, if you know me and you've seen my presentations in the past, you know that I'm all about the details. I want to dive immediately into the meat potatoes of a product. And that really starts with the nutrition facts panel. So if we look at the nutrition facts panel for bio-vivify, it's going to look a little different for our US members. You guys probably remember our supplement facts panels typically are more of a tabular, kind of line item by line item. This is called a linear supplement facts. And within this, we've got all the same information. It's just more in a paragraph form. I think we want to start things off by really examining the star of the show, which is going to be the astaxanthin. bio-vivify supplies 6 milligrams per serving of astereal astaxanthin. Astereal astaxanthin is extracted from fresh green water microalgae that, when exposed to high illumination light, actually converts chlorophyll to astaxanthin. And this astaxanthin is what we're looking for. Now, astaxanthin kind of sounds like zeaxanthin, which you can find in ginkgo scents, but it is a different carotenoid with all kinds of new health benefits. Astereal astaxanthin grows and processes their astaxanthin in the Pacific Northwest of the United States in an enclosed indoor facility. Now, when I first started researching astereal astaxanthin, it kind of reminded me of growing up. My parents had this little pond out on their property, and during the summer months, it would kind of grow this light green sheen on top and of algae. And this couldn't be further from the truth with astereal astaxanthin. It all starts with a culture technician, and they actually have to pick the perfect algal cell. So what they do is they take a culture of this green microalgae, and they use what's called an inoculation wand. And it looks like a wand, and they dip it into the culture, and they smear it across this Petri film, which you can see here in this slide. As they're inoculating the dish, they're spreading that culture across. It's then incubated, and then those cells are going to grow. And once those cells have a chance to grow, that culture technician has the chance to then pick the perfect algal cell. They're going to look to eliminate any type of potential contamination. Once they find that cell, it's going to be added to a phytobioreactor, which is essentially just a vessel that just encourages growth of these algal cells. In these photobioreactors, it receives triple filtered water, air, and it's the perfect environment for growth. Once that single cell is then produced into billions of cells, then we go to the high illumination. So we're exposing that chlorophyll to high light, which is then going to convert to astaxanthin. Then we're going to harvest that astaxanthin at its peak, and then we're actually going to break those cells apart. You can kind of think of this as the same way that we process barley life. So we're taking that barley grass juice powder that we create, we're taking the barley grass, we break that cell wall, we extract the juice. Same thing here, we're breaking the cells to extract the astaxanthin, and then goes through a very clean, 100% solvent-free process to create the astereal astaxanthin. Astereal is the most clinically studied astaxanthin brand worldwide. In fact, they have 6 clinical studies on skin alone, ranging between 2 and 12 milligrams per day. Remember, AIM bio-vivify contains 6 milligrams per day, so it's right in the middle of that research. All this research has found to increase collagen production, synthesis, it supports skin hydration, promotes smoothness of skin, enhances skin elasticity, and reduces fine lines. Okay, so we know astaxanthin is this very clean process, and there's a lot of clinical studies, but how much are we getting in our diet? Because if we're taking AIM bio-vivify, we're supplementing that. So if we look at one of the main sources of astaxanthin, it's going to be salmon. So on average, we consume about 11 milligrams of astaxanthin per year from salmon. Now remember, bio-vivify contains 6 milligrams per day. So if we take 2 days of bio-vivify, we've gotten more astaxanthin than we get an entire year's consumption of salmon. And let's look at some of these other sources. We've got the salmon, we've got shrimp and krill, salmon roe, lobster, other kinds of shellfish. Unless you're living on a ship in the sea and you're consuming these things on a daily basis, you're probably not getting enough astaxanthin in your diet. And maybe you do live near the ocean and you are consuming a lot of this kind of food. I mean, you're consuming a lot of salmon. Well, in one bottle of AIM bio-vivify, there was 180 milligrams of astaxanthin. You'd have to consume 49.5 pounds of Atlantic salmon to get that same amount that you're getting in one bottle of bio-vivify. Okay, so we know that we need astaxanthin. How powerful is it? How much are we getting out of this great ingredient? Well, if we compare it to other antioxidants out there, if we look at lutein and beta-carotene, these are two carotenoids. So astaxanthin is 2.6 times stronger than lutein and 4.9 times stronger than beta-carotene. It is 110 times stronger than vitamin E and 800 times stronger than CoQ10. It's 6,000 times stronger than vitamin C. Now, don't get me wrong. You still need these other nutrients. They can't replace CoQ10, but as comparison of antioxidant power, astaxanthin is far and away a better antioxidant. Okay, so we know we need it. We know it's powerful. How does it impact our skin? So first, we need to kind of have an understanding of the skin structure. So you'll look at this figure and you'll see, okay, we've got young skin on the left, we've got older skin on the right. On that young skin, we've got this nice, thick epidermis. Well, as we age and we're exposed to those free radicals, that epidermis layer, it thins out. And because of that, we start to lose water as a part of evaporation. Can't hold on to moisture as well. In addition to that, hyaluronic acid, which lies deep in the dermis, actually holds 1,000 times its weight in water. Astaxanthin can help protect hyaluronic acid from free radical damage and thus holding more moisture in the skin. The next thing I want you to look at these structures within the skin. So we see these big white X's. These are collagen. And we can see they kind of break down as we age. They're not as strong. They're not as clear cut. Same thing with elastins. These are going to be important topics that we talk about here later. So let's put it to the test. Astaryl astaxanthin. In clinical research, what has it found for skin texture? Well, I've listed 4 studies here. The first saw a 49% improvement in texture of skin. This is at 3 milligrams per day over the course of 8 weeks. Studies 2 and 3, both using 6 milligrams per day, saw a 4% improvement in skin texture. And finally, at 4 milligrams a day in the 4th study, 9 weeks, subjects improved the tough skin and texture that they saw. I think what we can kind of derive from this information is that you're going to see some benefit at 4 weeks, but you've got to commit to taking Astaryl astaxanthin for more than just a month. You've got to commit to 3 months of use to really feel and see the full benefit. The first study also looked at skin elasticity. They looked at 20 healthy women aged 30 to 49. And what they saw was those taking Astaryl astaxanthin at 3 milligrams per day saw an 18% improvement in skin elasticity. Now, skin elasticity is going to be your ability to smile and then for your skin to return to its original form. So we definitely want to improve that elasticity of the skin, and that's what they saw in this study. So we just kind of mentioned collagen. I think let's really dive into the collagen a little bit. And I want you to have a really greater understanding of why we included some of the ingredients in AIM bio-vivify. So astaxanthin and vitamin C play a critical role along with those amino acids, glycine, proline, and lysine. So this slide, I could talk about collagen synthesis for the entire presentation, and I'm going to try to condense this into just one slide and make it as simple as I can. First off, within the skin, we have cells called fibroblast cells. These are specialized cells, and their only function is synthesize collagen. Within the fibroblast cell, they are going to organize amino acids into what is called an alpha chain. Once that chain is created with those amino acids, it's then going to need to hydroxylate. And in order to hydroxylate, it has to have vitamin C. Without the hydroxylation, we don't have the structure that we get, that we need actually, from collagen. Once we have these alpha chains, the alpha chains can then assemble. And what happens is 3 of these alpha chains actually intertwine and create a triple helix, just very similar to what we think of as DNA creating a double helix. It creates a intertwined triple helix, and that is going to be our collagen monomer. It can then exit the fibroblast cell, and then the last really important thing that goes along with collagen synthesis is it's going to create these cross linkages between each collagen monomer. That is what's going to then provide more tensile strength to the collagen. So that was a lot of information to take in, but now if we look at the broken down collagen structure here, we can actually see those alpha chains intertwining together, and we can see that amino acid chain, the alpha chain, it's made up of glycine and proline. In fact, every third position of that alpha chain is a glycine. Now, the very important cross linkages that create that tensile strength, lysine is going to be an important component in creating those cross linkages. I think the last thing that I want you to kind of remember with collagen is its half-life is just several months. So we're always breaking down and synthesizing collagen. Now I talked about the amino acids, the proline, the glycine, the lysine. These are the very important parts of bio-vivify. Next is going to be the vitamin C connection to astaxanthin and collagen. So in this study, they looked at real astaxanthin, and they took those fibroblast cells that we talked about. Those are the cells that are going to create collagen, and they exposed them to reactive oxygen species, ROS. This is basically a subset of free radicals. When the cell had not been inoculated with astaxanthin, the cell essentially died and didn't produce any collagen. If it was inoculated with vitamin C, again, the cell died. If it was inoculated with astaxanthin, the fibroblast cell was actually able to survive. Now let's look at the production, okay? So we know if it was exposed to astaxanthin, the fibroblast cell actually did survive. Well, if it was exposed to astaxanthin, it was able to produce about 80% of normal collagen production, which is good, but not great. However, when the cell was exposed to both astaxanthin and vitamin C, the fibroblast cell was able to produce 108% of collagen normal. That's the main reason why we included vitamin C along with astaxanthin in the bio-vivify formulation. Lastly, we're talking about the formulation. I'm just going to touch on biotin. And if you look at other hair, skin, and nail products on the market, they're going to center their product around biotin because of its benefits towards hair. In AIM bio-vivify, biotin plays a supporting role. It helps protect the hair follicle. Thus, it can help control things like breakage, split ends, rough cuticles, and color loss. But again, it's only playing a very supportive role in AIM bio-vivify. Okay, now the fun part. Got through all the science. Let's talk about the member testing. Yes, we tested the members. the same formulation over the course of 12 weeks, 2 capsules a day, and the results were really exciting. So at the 1.5 month mark, we saw members that actually took bio-vivify saw a 54% improvement in nails, 69% improvement in hair, and 62% improvement in their skin. At 3 months, this increased 71% improvement in their nails, 71% improvement in their hair, and 64% improvement in their skin. This goes back to you've got to take this product for more than just 1 month. At 3 months, you've got to commit to that to really start to see significant benefits. And you know we tested the AIM staff on this formula. And we did the exact same thing. So what we did is we took that same formulation across 12 weeks, 2 capsules a day. But the nice thing about testing the AIM staff is we can really keep close tabs on them. And in this case, we actually photograph them every 2 weeks. We use the same lighting, the same positions, same camera. And the results were really exciting. So let's take a look at this subject. The photo on the left is at 0 weeks. The photo on the right is at the end of the 12-week trial. You can see a significant improvement in skin texture, just like we talked about with the clinical trials. We also see an improvement in fine lines and a reduction in some of the age spots found. She also saw an improvement on her forehead, same thing, skin spots, and the improvement in fine lines. This individual, again, saw a decrease in the appearance of their skin spots found on their face. And this gentleman, he kind of got all the benefits. So we saw an improvement in skin texture, improvement in fine lines, and also a reduction in the appearance of those age spots. And if you take a look at this photo, you're right. I started counting individual hair follicles, and you can see that small circle in blue. Those are 2 new hair follicles that I was able to find. In addition, that larger circle, you can just see the density of the hair has increased in this individual. The last staff photo that I'm going to show you is this gentleman's. Now, I didn't count hair follicles or anything like that, but the really important thing here was this gentleman had not grown out his hair in years. And after taking this product for 3 months, he had so much self-confidence and was so excited about the benefits that he was seeing, he actually started to grow his hair back out for the first time in years. And that's really what it's all about in making these AIM products. I'm so excited to be able to launch a new product. It's been a while, and AIM bio-vivify has all the research. It's got all the trials behind it. It's very exciting. This statement here it really rings true to me. Creativity comes from fresh-minded, creative people. It starts with the AIM members and goes on to the AIM staff as well. Speaking of something fresh, we've got a fresh new product, AIM Barley Life Pineapple Flavor. We're going to offer a limited time new flavor of Barley Life Extra. It's pineapple. Tastes amazing, by the way. It's the same formulation, same 18 fruits and vegetables. You're getting the same 1 serving of Barley Life in every serving of Barley Life Extra. You're just getting it in a new flavor. Now, if you like the apple cherry Barley Life Extra you have now, it's still going to be available. You can still purchase it. But like I said, this pineapple version, it's only around for a limited time. So keep an eye out for those e-blasts, announcements in the magazine, and get it before it's gone, because once it's gone, it might not come back. So get it. The next kind of new and exciting change at AIM is Frame Essentials. We're moving this formula from a glucosamine that is derived from shellfish to a vegan formula. We've maintained the same amount of glucosamine from the same hydrochloride and sulfate sources, but now it's coming from fermented corn. So one of the challenges in the past has been moving away from shellfish is that you could have a powdered glucosamine that is from vegetables and a powdered glucosamine that was from shellfish. But through testing, you couldn't determine which was which. Now, through this isotopic signature carbon tracing, we can actually determine and validate that the powder that we're putting in AIM Frame Essentials is in fact vegan glucosamine, and ensure that you're getting a vegan formula in Frame Essentials. Again, keep an eye out for those e-blasts and magazine announcements when that will be introduced into your market. So what's next? That's a lot of information. So what are we working on? Well, it always starts with the AIM members. We're always waiting for you guys to provide us with some feedback that's going to drive more research. Bio-vivify is actually going to act as a really natural bridge to get us to a topical skincare system. Skin is the largest organ of the body, and we can further influence that through topical applications. And finally, we need to have an ingredient level connection between the current core AIM products and a new topical AIM system. So what's next? Skincare with AIM is next. I've spent over 3 years doing research and development on this product, well, several products actually, and it's exciting, it's new, but I'm only going to tease you with a few of the ingredients. I'm not going to give you all the details, but the first ingredient is botanically based. All these products are based around the single ingredient. It smooths and protects skin, reduces inflammatory biomarkers, reduces redness and burning, and has anti-aging benefits. The second ingredient is a bioavailable active. It promotes collagen production, and it holds 1,000 times its weight in water. Now, if you go back to the beginning of this presentation, you might actually be able to figure out what that ingredient is. It also reduces the appearance of wrinkles. The next ingredient is a fermented active. It can increase cellular respiration and metabolism, increases collagen and elasticity, and combats wrinkle formation. The last botanical that I'm going to talk about is a pore tightening botanical extract. It moisturizes and has a firming effect to the skin. The future looks really bright here at AIM. We've got some really exciting products, some exciting new ingredients, and I can't wait for you guys to see what's next.
Oh, Philip, you're not kidding.
Yeah,
This is super exciting and just moving everything forward.
it is.
I bet you might have a lot of questions. Can I just take a moment to ask one question
Sure.
that came to mind? So what are some complementary AIM products that members can maybe take with bio-vivify?
Absolutely. So probably the best ingredient is going to be a mega. So you're going to get those essential fatty acids, which are going to be good for the skin, but also the fat source of those essential fatty acids are going to help with the absorption of the astaxanthin. So it's a very good combination.
You are so smart. We are so glad you shared all of this with us, and you can always get a lot more information. So thank you very much. Super, super exciting. Okay. We're going to move right along for you today. And so, as you know, AIM financially rewards members for distributing the AIM products throughout the world. And like chlorophyll to barley life, you, the AIM members, are the lifeblood of the AIM companies. The success of the business opportunity comes down to a fair compensation plan that is both beneficial and attractive to people. And now, from what I understand, this plan has just gotten better. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Andrew Smith, who is AIM's Member Support Call Center Manager in Nampa. All right, we want you to take it away. I don't want to waste much time. You ready?
Let's get into it, Carolyn.
It's your stage.
All right, thank you. And thank you, AIM family. Why is AIM making changes to the AIM member income plan? Of course, we hope that this helps increase member earnings potential by growing your AIM business. But as loyal AIM members in our 40th year anniversary, this is AIM's commitment to you in giving back. Let's start by offering a new choice. The new choice will be called AIM Customer. This will make it easy for anyone to order directly from AIM. This is a perfect opportunity for those people that are interested in the AIM products for personal or family use, but not necessarily in building a business. We will be offering a new plan called Loyalty Reward Points. you earn 1 loyalty reward point for every $10 spent. Loyalty rewards are then redeemable towards your next AIM product purchase within 6 months. There will be special customer pricing and free shipping on all orders over $50 or more using a standard shipping method. This will be available to AIM customers, and they will never pay a fee. So who is an AIM customer? Well, as I said before, it's someone who's interested in the AIM products, but not necessarily the business opportunity. Perhaps they don't want to join anything or have to feel to sell anything. They just want to try out products before making a commitment to a membership. So how does an AIM customer benefit me? You'll be earning commissions on the BVP of your customers' product purchases the same as you do now on personally sponsored wholesale members. This also provides you a flexibility when promoting and sharing AIM products with others. Here's an example of how the AIM customer will benefit you. Let's say you're at the grocery store. You meet someone who wishes to purchase AIM Barley Life from you. You don't have the product at hand or at home, but now they can purchase directly as an AIM customer without any commitment. They can call us or they can go to our website and they can get free shipping on orders over $50 or more. This is better than Amazon. It comes with AIM's money-back guarantee and your personal support as the sponsor on how they should use the product and what they can expect. Plus, you receive commission on their purchase. The next change comes at the preferred member title level. There will be a new requirement. To promote to AIM preferred member, you must accrue 600 group volume points within 3 consecutive months. Currently, that's at 450. Next change we have for you is the annual membership fees. To receive a free automatic renewal, you must accrue 600 personal volume points during your membership year. Otherwise, you're subject to the fees on your screen per your title. This will begin in June 2023, thus allowing our existing members affected to adjust their personal purchasing. Remember, all AIM members receive a 1-month grace period to renew, after which they would now convert automatically to the AIM customer. The next change we have is with the leadership bonus requirements. There will now be a maximum of 300 personal points that will be counted towards your group volume when calculating director growth bonus and the 3 deep bonus. This helps AIM better comply with industry standards. This also benefits members who are growing their downline the right way, instead of bonus buying or inventory loading, which is found in the industry. Next, something exciting to give back to our AIM members, the Director Promotion Awards. AIM wants to better reward you as you grow your AIM business to Director and above. Now there will be increases in the Director Promotion Award for the Director, Star Sapphire Director, and Royal Emerald Director. Next, but certainly not least, a well-deserved raise for our AIM members. We will be increasing the commission earnings on your group volume downline. All AIM members who are titled in the plan will receive an additional 1% commission on their group volume downline. Plus, you'll begin earning on a new category, your AIM customers. This all begins July 1st, 2022. As you see on this slide, the current commission percentages versus the new percentages, which will be starting in July.
Wow, a lot of exciting changes, Andrew. I know a lot of people want to hear more, learn more about this. Where can they get this information?
Thank you for asking, Carolyn. As you'll see on your screen, visit the AIM website at theaimcompanies.com, as well as see your June issue of the AIM Living Well magazine.
Fabulous. All of that coming out very, very soon. Andrew, bravo. Good job. Thank you so much. We're going to move on for you right now. At this time, we are so pleased to recognize a special membership for its achievement in January 2022 of reaching the $2 million club. Before he passed away, Ralph Peterson touched so many people and accomplished so much. So listen now as we hear from his son, Brent Peterson, who assumed the role of president of Ralph's AIM business.
Well, thank you so much for the introduction. It was in 1989 that my parents, Ralph and Phyllis Peterson, began their journey with AIM. My father had been in pain and had trouble walking due to arthritis in his knees. He had gone to a doctor and was told that he would probably have to have them replaced one day. He was in his early 40s at the time, and they said he had 60-year-old knees. It was not what he wanted to hear. A friend and future sponsor, AIM Director Wendell Berg, heard this and gave Dad an entire jar of the green stuff, a barley grass powder, with the caveat that my father would use all of it. My father was skeptical, but 2 weeks later, my father's knee stopped hurting. It was his first experience with nutrition that works. It wasn't long before he introduced me and my siblings to the barley grass powder and herbal fiber blend. I was playing football and wrestling in high school at the time, and probably with an eye roll, I was open to trying it if it would help with energy and especially endurance for wrestling. My mother always reminded me to drink enough water, especially with the herbal fiber blend. She was good at reminding me of a lot of things. As soon as I turned 18, my father signed me up as an AIM member and helped build a small group so I could make enough commission to pay for the product I was using through college, and then with a young family. Little did I know my father was handing me a legacy at the time. My wife Kristen and I have 6 children. They have grown up with the benefits of nutrition from AIM, as my wife gave them the Garden Trio from a bottle. As they got a little older, I remember scenes of them coming into the kitchen like newborn birds in a nest. They would all line up with their mouths open to receive their spoonful of Barley Life or Garden Trio mix each morning. AIM came at the right time for my parents, not only for nutrition, but as additional income. It was at times very tight for money at home growing up, but Jesus always provided for all our needs, and so it was with the AIM business. My father did a little of everything to support his family, and my mother was right there with him in many endeavors. He was often the voice, and she kept everything in order. They built the business together. They delighted in serving people with a smile through a variety of products and services, including Peterson Furniture, which was a small furniture store in our town, a Sears catalog agency, Ralph's Sharp Shop, which included sharpening knives and blades and selling and repairing steel chainsaws and Dixon lawnmowers. He worked as a school bus driver, and a local favorite for him and for those in the community, he grew sweet corn. He was a jack of many trades. Many of those businesses did well for a time and then dropped off. The AIM business has just steadily grown over the years, not ever dropping off. Valerie joined the family as Dad's second wife in 2019 and jumped right in beside him in AIM sales and friendship. Through it all, I know it was his favorite of the businesses, and he would be very happy to see it carry forward, not just as nutritional products to use, but as a business. This legacy business supports the family even after my parents have gone to be with the Lord. My father enjoyed every aspect of the AIM companies. He loved helping people one-on-one with letters, emails, and phone calls. He enjoyed working on the Presidential Advisory Council. He loved making friends not just from North Dakota or the U.S., but from around the world. He enjoyed putting on local conferences to invite more people to hear how they could feel better. He loved to travel, especially to the annual conventions, to reconnect with friends, learn about nutrition and products, and generally renew his own energy around the business. He loved to track progress to his goals daily and weekly and monthly and to strategize on how to do more. Of all the things he did, working with the AIM products is the only business that carried on to the next generation. Dad was enjoying working towards the $2 million club and would be proud of the recognition today. It is truly an incredible blessing as a business that can be handed down. Over these last several years, Dad was gracious enough to teach me some more about the business side of his work, as I was able to listen to him talk about the strategy and progress, and what he did for advertising and connecting with people, and what needed to be done with finances and taxes in a small business. At the urging of some of his AIM friends, he also set up his business under Joy Enterprises, LLC, which I think helped us in transition. After working as an engineer and engineering manager for 25 years, most recently with John Deere, it was a bit of a leap for me to make a full-time move to something as different as nutrition and sales. But I made the move into running my father's business in January of 2022, full-time for the family. It is interesting as one gets older. Statements of grandparents and parents come back to you and you think, That's what they were talking about. That's what they meant. I'm finding joy in many of the things I saw and heard my father talk about now. It has been great to connect with many of my father's friends in AIM and to make new friends and help people. God's provision for my father and his family continues with AIM today.
Now, we're going to send it clear across the ocean to South Africa, where future development consultant Nicholas Van Rensburg has a special message for you. Are you connected with us, Nicholas?
Hi, Carolyn. I'm with you. I hope you can all hear me and see me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are tuning in live for this event around the world. And most importantly, happy 40th birthday, AIM. What an amazing accomplishment, 40 years old. And it really is a testament to the caliber of the company, the power of our products that work, and you, the special and the amazing culture of the AIM members. So happy birthday. My name is Nicholas, and I am the future development consultant here at the AIM companies. And what I really want to share with you in the next 10-15 minutes is more about our industry, what's been happening, the future of the industry, and then more importantly, how AIM is going to position themselves in this space for future growth. And so first and foremost, let's discuss our industry. We are a part of the network marketing, or better known as the direct selling industry. And with all the hardships that's been happening over the last 2 years, all the hurdles, all the obstacles, all the challenges, so many industries have taken a big knock and been suffering. But the industry, the direct selling industry, keeps on evolving and growing and bulldozing through. And even just last year, 2021, our industry grew 5.8%, which is very healthy growth during what we know was COVID or lockdown times. And really what I think is two ingredients that's driving this growth is, firstly, think about what we do in our industry, what we do here at AIM, and what we've been doing for over a decade, is people place orders either online or over the phone, and they get the product shipped directly from the warehouse straight to their front door. We've been pioneering this space for a long, long time, and finally the world is busy catching up. And so even though a lot of companies, brick and mortar retail shops, had to close down during lockdown, network marketing continued to grow and thrive. And so we're in such a good space no matter what happens in the future. Secondly, and I really want to try nail this down with you, is think about what else our industry offers to people. Okay, we've been pushing the opportunity that people can actually grow their business and build a business from the comfort of their own home. You can grow a global business from home without staff, without infrastructure, without a company, without a building. And now for the first time in our history, all right, what just happened over the last 2 years? The entire world was locked down. People were either fired or retrenched, or they had to go home and learn to work from home. And so this created a very interesting dynamic because people now, started to utilize Skype and Zoom and all types of technology. But what has happened is that people have become accustomed to this new way of living. No more traffic, no more putting in petrol and driving to work every day, no more arriving at the office frustrated. All right, people could wake up in their own time, be productive, do their work, and if that extra time, they could spend time with their family and with their loved ones. And so what's interesting is that Forbes did a survey on employers at the biggest companies in America. And I found this so fascinating, is that 40% of employers said that they would rather quit their jobs and try work from home or create an opportunity to work from home than go back to the office. Because people are now going back to the office, right? And so people have become so accustomed to this new lifestyle, they're enjoying this new lifestyle. And this is what's helped drive our industry, because this is what we do. This is what we offer people. And so this really is like, it's busy forming the perfect storm that's going to help propel our industry into the future. So let it digest for 1 second. We're in the right space, we're at the right time, and we are in the right industry. Another interesting fact that I want to share with you is that in our industry, the majority of products sold are under the wellness and health category. All right. Most people demanding products in our industry are wanting health and wellness products. And that's exactly what we do here at the AIM companies. Another very exciting fact for me is that a lot of experts are predicting that over the next couple of years, there's going to be fewer and fewer and fewer companies in our industry that are going to be capturing more and more and more market share. So when I first read this, and I was like, why fewer companies if we're growing at such a rate? But think about this for a second. We have regulators now that are starting to come and clamp down on companies in our industry, because there's a lot of companies that launch that are fly-by-night, that are get-rich-quick schemes, that hide themselves under our industry. And there's a lot of mumble-jumble out there. And so the regulators are trying to identify which companies are legit, which companies have got rock-solid products that actually consumers want. And so these changes that's going to be happening in the near future is a very good thing for you and I, because what that means for us is that we're going to have more people, number one, joining our industry that are wanting to work from home. But secondly, we're going to have more people looking for a brand new home. And I don't know about you, but if I was looking for a new home in our industry, I personally wouldn't join a company that's been around for 30 years that the whole world knows. Okay, there's some big companies out there that everybody's heard of them. Everybody's probably tried or knows about their product. And so their market is very saturated. Where with AIM, we have the entire population and a whole playing field at stake. And so we really have such a huge opportunity ahead of us, and I'm so excited about these future changes. So AIM is constantly developing and looking for new ways to improve in every area and every aspect. And you heard about a lot of those areas today from the other speakers. But what we're trying to do is always be ahead of the game, trying to fertilize our opportunity crops for you, the members, that you always have the best possible opportunity for you and your teams. So, what I really want to talk about today is what we've been doing behind the scenes at AIM, all right, and give you a little taste of what's to come into the future. So, firstly, I'm very excited to announce that we have just teamed up with an award-winning social media agency that's going to be doing an entire takeover of all of our social media platforms, all right? Incredible company, they're award-winning, they know what they've been doing it for a long time. And one thing that they specialize in is they are brilliant at actually shooting and taking very sort of trendy and creative photography. And so you as the AIM member are going to be able to capitalize and utilize all these images and posts and things, and in your own creative way, use it to help you build your business. And so, your family and your community and your family and your friends are going to be so proud, and they're going to see what waves AIM is causing in the social media and digital world. And so if you haven't already, join the social media platforms, watch AIM Space, because there's a lot of exciting things happening in the coming months. So you heard earlier from Andrew and the exciting new changes with our income plan. And I want to give you a little sneak peek at potentially what's to come and which concepts we are currently working on at the moment. So firstly, the back end. The back end of an income plan is after you become a director. Once you become a leader with the company, you unlock a whole new level of income, which we call the back end. So myself being in the industry now for over 15 years, I know for a fact that so many companies' back ends are horribly confusing. Okay, it is so difficult to understand all the levels and the percentages and the bonuses, and all these things can be very overwhelming. And never mind for you, that's an expert in the field. How does a new member feel about that? And so what we're doing is we're looking to completely strip and simplify the back end so that it's going to be easy for you to learn and coach and teach new people on how they can maximize the back end of AIM's income plan. Secondly, let me pose this as a question to you, all right? This is something that we are also working on at the moment. It's a conceptual, program that we're working on, but how would you like to have a yearly contest where every single person has the ability to be a winner? Every single person. Plus, how would you like to have a contest where every single one of those winners are going to travel somewhere together, have fun together, and share in this experience together? So this is something that we are calling success trips. And what is a success trip? All right, it's a yearly contest where you're going to be able to hit certain benchmarks. So no matter where you are on the income plan, you're going to get personalized benchmarks that you need to hit. And if you hit those benchmarks, you will be rewarded an all-expense paid trip on AIM's account, where you will go with other fellow members that also reach those titles or benchmarks, have fun with them, dine with them, do activities with them, share business ideas with them, what's working, what's not working. But more importantly, it's a program for AIM to reward you and give back to you, the AIM members, for all your hard work. So this is something we're looking at. It's in the works, and we would love to bring this to you and introduce this concept to you in the near future. So before I wrap up, we've discussed the industry, we've discussed a little bit about what AIM's busy working on at the moment, and I have been in the industry myself for over 15 years. I've built big teams around the world, and I want to give you guys a few little tips that's not only worked for me, but what I've learned from industry experts. Firstly, and this really is, what I've seen over the last couple of years is I don't understand why some people are able to grow their business and others not. Okay, it's something that's always fascinated me. Some people's struggles become some people's opportunities. And so I've got a very fitting story about a pair of shoes. And you may have heard this, but it's so relevant to what we do. So there was a shoe company that sent off 2 people into North Africa to go explore the possibility of them launching a new shoe market in this area. So they sent 2 people off. People did their research and their due diligence, and they came back to the corporate a few weeks later. And the first person said to the company, I spent time there and I think there's no opportunity. And the founder of the company was like, why no opportunity? And he said, because no one wears shoes there. They all walk bare feet. And then the following day, the next person came back to the office and he called the founder and he said, guys, I'm so excited about North Africa. I'm so excited. And what he shared with the company is that I was in North Africa. The possibilities are endless because we can sell our shoe to every single person there because no one's got shoes. All right? So the same scenario, the same hurdles, but 2 different people looked at the same hurdle with 2 different lenses, 2 different perspectives. And that's what I really want to encourage you with AIM. Every hurdle, every struggle can be turned into an opportunity. It really can. You just need to figure it out and go do it. So another thing that's really, so crucial, and I really want to encourage all of you, especially now with what we know about the industry, wellness growing, and people wanting to work from home, is that you need to sharpen your skill sets about talking about the product and talking about the business opportunity. All right? If you're good at talking about the business, learn more about the products. Learn to share the products. If you're good at talking about the products, you need to learn to share about the business. A perfect example is myself. When I was 21 years old, I was unhappy with my career choice. I was in a bit of dire straits on what career path to follow. And the person that introduced me to the industry did so by asking me the right questions. And they told me that there's an opportunity for me to build a global business from my home, and the product is a skincare product. So I was like, but skincare, I'm young, I don't really have wrinkles. But they said, it's not about you, it's about what the market is demanding. You see, their approach was a business. If that same person had said to me, Nicholas, I'd love to sell you a skincare product, and first use it and try it out, and if you like it, I want you to sell it, I would have probably told them, guys, I'm young, I'm 21, I don't have lines and wrinkles, I've got no interest in using skincare. And so that process is so important, that you understand the person you're chatting with, you ask enough questions, and then you understand their needs. And if they have a need for our product or service, we can offer it to them. Some of the best people that I've rubbed shoulders with in this industry, what they are brilliant at is they are so good at connecting with new people. They find ways every day to connect with new people. If it's joining gyms, going to Pilates classes, hosting cell groups, getting involved and going to their kids' sports matches, and whatever the case is, online, social media, they're very good at connecting with people, making friends with those people. And if you're a friend with somebody, the natural discussion is, what do you do? What do you love? And you're obviously going to discuss certain things. And that is your door, your opening of the door to talk about either the AIM products or the AIM opportunity. All right? That's when you offer them a solution. And some people might be happy with their job and they might not be worried about their health, but that doesn't matter. You keep that friend, you keep that relationship, and when someone that they know might want to work from home or might be struggling with their health, then they're going to refer you to that friend. It's so important that you connect with people, make friends with people, ask enough questions, find out their needs, and then if their need is skincare products, which is to come, as Phil mentioned, wellness products, or a business from home, we can offer them that solution. So, it's just such an exciting time. And in closing, I want to give one more piece of advice and wisdom that really, I saw in my own business for so many people, and why some people were successful and some weren't, regardless of their skill sets. The biggest sort of, the biggest thief of success in this industry is procrastination. That is the biggest thief. Some people just spend so much time overthinking everything. And I want to tell you something today. The more you think, the more you doubt. The more you doubt, the less you do. The less you do, the more time you have, the more you think. The more you think, the more you doubt, the more you doubt, the less you do. It's this vicious cycle that runs in circles. And it is a killer of success, a total killer. And so, write this down, all right? Imperfect action beats perfect thinking. Imperfect action beats perfect thinking. Just get to action, get to work, have fun, befriend people, and we've got so much to offer the world. So that's everything from my side. Happy birthday once again. What an exciting time to be a part of this amazing company. And I love you all. I hope to see you all soon. I'm going to send it back over the ocean, back to Carolyn. Lots of love, and we'll chat soon. Bye.
Thanks, Nicholas. We can't wait to hear more from you. After getting to know Dennis and Kay and some of the AIM staff in preparation for this event, I have witnessed their love and passion for you, the members. And I've come to understand why it's called the AIM family. Thank you to everyone who tuned in from all over the world to be with us live for this special celebration. After hearing everything that AIM has planned for the future, I can imagine you must be excited to get busy building your businesses. So let's not take any more of your time. That's it for us for now. I'm Carolyn Holly, and it has been a pleasure hosting you.